everyone, welcome back to Vlogmas and welcome back to my little Christmas corner of the internet. We're starting off slightly differently today because I've realised that I've left our advent box up in the shed and my tray. So I can't unveil the new bauble until I've been and got all the bits that I need to film it for you. So I'm outside, as you can see. There you go, there's the view. It's very cold here today. I've got my big coat on and I've got my nice colourful art yarn scarf on for you today to liven things up a bit. And I thought we'd go and say hello to the hens on our way. So I just thought I'd show you the view, because all last week we were indoors, weren't we, in front of the Christmas tree, which is nice in front of the fire. But anyway, I thought we'd go up and say hello to the hens, get the box, get the tray, and then we can go and get warm in front of the fire and go and sit indoors in front of the Christmas tree, and we can have a little bit of a natter before I get on with my day. Look, I've still got a rose in flower. This is Roald Dahl I got off Mum and Dad. All the other flowers are finished now. This is Gertie doing her little egg for you this morning. Thank you, Gertie, I'll shut you in. There we are. Let's give her a bit of privacy, shall we? And then this one, who always comes up to say hello every morning, is Grace. Hello, Grace. Say hello. This is Grace. Then this one down here, she's Daisy. And then this one with the feathers missing on her neck is Pippa. She's just had a bit of a molt. She's lost her tail feathers and lost her neck feathers. And this one's just finishing her molt as well and getting some nice new feathers back. Say hello, Daisy. But Grace and Gertie seem to like their feathers, so. Oh, Gertie's decided to come out and be shirty now. Here she is. Hello, shirty Gertie. Hello, Grace. Say hello. Gertie's always shirty. She's always complaining. But little Grace, she always comes up and says hello. She never says a word. Do you, Grace? Right, that's them sorted out. And look, we got 3 eggs this morning. Over the weekend I did a surprise podcast. It was even a surprise to me. I hadn't intended on doing one. And I pre-recorded a video about my spinning wheels for people who are wanting to get a spinning wheel for Christmas. And I thought it might be useful for anyone looking for a spinning wheel, that if you could have a look at 3 options that are out there, that it might help you choose something that might suit you for learning to spin on, or if you're already a spinner. Today is day 5 of our Vlogmas, and we've already had 4 days of spinning so far out of our Christmas Advent calendar, and I hope you've been enjoying the videos as much as I've been enjoying doing them. I've really had some fun doing this yarn. I haven't spun properly for a long time, at least since we moved in this house in the last 2 years, because there's just been so much to do. And getting the house organised, getting the garden organised, sorting out. I'm a housewife, I stay at home, and there's always plenty to do around here. I do the cooking and I do the cleaning, and I love it. It's a great job to have. It's a wonderful blessing to be able to serve my husband that way. And yeah, now as you can see, we've got our log burner fitted behind us, and I've just bought a new little kettle as well. And little being the operative word, I went on eBay to have a look for a kettle, and I thought I'd found the perfect thing that would be suitable for the house, for doing the dishes and all sorts of things like that, so we don't have to boil the hot water up on the boiler and use the oil, because we want to see how much we can do off grid. And the kettle came this morning in the post. It's like a doll's house kettle, I couldn't believe it. Let me just get it for you. I have to remember to use something to pick it up. But look how dinky that is. It's tiny. It's more of a 1 cup for 1 person for a cup of tea, rather than a full-size kettle for a family. I did ask for the measurements as well, and they said, oh, it's 20 centimetres by 25 centimetres. I didn't realise it was going to be so blinking small. But still, I can make a cup of coffee with it, which is the main thing. I'm just going to pop it back and heat my cup up. Anyway, I just thought I'd call in and say hello. We went over to see the chickens and we said hello to the girls. Grace was very happy to say hello to everybody, but Shirty Gertie wasn't very impressed with anyone at all really, including me. Even though I'd gone up to give them water and give them food, she still wasn't very impressed. I think that's more because we disturbed her doing her egg, but she found her way out the nest box to come and have a look and see what was going on. But yeah, as you saw, we had 3 eggs this morning, so poor little Daisy's looking like she's ready to go in the oven at the moment with hardly any feathers on her. But Pippa's always grumpy. She's always doing that grumpy noise. She never stops. But anyway, I just thought that I'd take you along to see the hens and mix things up a bit. I know there's some of my viewers that enjoyed my Vlogtober and enjoyed seeing the hens. So yeah, they're still here, they're still happy, and they're still causing trouble. At the moment they're not very happy because they're under house arrest because they're not allowed out in the UK because of bird flu. And we live in an area with lots of wild birds, so they have to stay in until I sort something else out for them. They are going to have another run built, which will mean I can build a chicken tunnel going from their run where they are to this new run. But there's a big pile of wood from the trees that we had sorted in the spring, and that needs putting in the garage. But there's a mountain of wood in the garage that needs to be sorted first, so there's always something to do here. It never stops from morning until night. I don't stop until I go to bed. And yeah, I put the last piece of wood in the fire about 11 o'clock in the evening, so that's really nice. And then my husband gets up in the morning when he goes to work, and the house is nice and warm for him when he gets up, so he can sit and have his breakfast, and it feels like the fire's on, but it's still kept the heat in. Because this fireplace here behind me, the walls actually absorb the heat. It heats upstairs as well because the walls stay warm. And when you get up in the morning and put your hand on the wall, it's still hot. So it's a really good log burner. I'm really impressed with it. Anyway, you didn't come here, did you, to look at my log burner and talk about my fire? You've come here to have a look at the advent calendar, haven't you? So let me just put this down. Been trying to get a cup of coffee since 9 o'clock this morning, and it's about 11 o'clock now. Anyway, I'm waffling. You haven't come to see that, have you? I thought I'd show you the yarn. I thought I'd show you the yarn that we've got so far. And this is our yarn so far. I put it in my video. I recorded it so you could see it in last night's video. But I just thought you might like to see it in the flesh. So there's our yarn. Turning out really nice. I'm really impressed with it. I love this pink with the silk in. It's beautiful. And the beads. I hope the lady that was asking about how I do the beads found it useful, the footage I did last night. But I was trying to manoeuvre my hands with the camera so that you'd be able to see. Maybe I needed the camera on the other side. I'll try doing it again for you, because I might make a little video about putting add-ins in art yarns, how to put locks in and how to put beads and things in. So that's the yarn we've got so far. This is our colour palette for today. We've got this lovely yarn here. We've got a petrol colour. We've got a grey. This nice grey. We've got this greeny colour. And we've got this pop of orange just here. So that's our colour palette. We've got bells, again we've got about 5 bells I think, and we've got this palette of locks and some sequins as well, so, and some old yarn that I've used on some knitting projects. There's one going. These lovely locks that I've dyed myself. So yeah, we've got a nice array of colours there. So that's our yarn with our beads, and then I'm adding in between all the colours this green merino, which is from Fibre Hut. So I'm doing 4 grams of that as well, so that's 14 grams of fibre. And then I'm allowing myself to add in any of these and anything else I find lying around into the yarn. So that's them. So I'm just cutting off small lengths to see what I need. You see, I might add this in. This is a bit I found on the floor. Nice bit of hand-dyed yarn there. So yeah, we've got this, which is rather randomly fluffy. Then we've got this with sequins in. Don't know whether you can see. It's got sequins in it. And then we've got this bright cerise mohair. We've got these. I've got some pink of this, so I might bring the pink out as well. These yarns, and it's on a bobbin. And what I'm doing is I'm just cutting off, say about that much, about 30 centimetres, and then just spinning that in random. We've got this yarn here, which is another Serdar from the early noughties. And then I've got this that my mum gave me, which is a silver. I'm also adding in some of this, because this is what keeps my bells in place. And I've got some of this thread as well, which is an embroidery thread. So they're my add-ins. In all the yarns, I'm allowing myself, in all the spins that I'm doing each day, I'm allowing myself to use bits of this. So that's going to be day number 5. Dropped a bit, so let's pick that up. So that's our yarn for today from our advent. I hope you're enjoying all these spins, by the way, and that you're enjoying all the capers and shenanigans that are going on. I'm having a great time. It's been brilliant. I really enjoyed myself. So thanks very much for encouraging me to do Vlogmas. I'm really having a good time. I did some sewing last night, and so what I've been making is these little cute gingerbread houses. They're really, really sweet. There you go. Now, I got these from the works. They are Christmas decorations. I'll just show you. They come in a little packet, like that. And in the packet, you get, just turn that kettle off. Move my kettles around. Right, in the packet you get a little instruction pack, you get some filling, and you get all the little bits and bobs that you need for sewing the little house. So I picked up a few of them, and the Christmas tree decorations to hang on your tree. So you get all these bits. You get everything you need in the packet. I don't know whether they still sell them, but I bought them about 5 years ago, and they've just sat in my workroom needing to be done. So that was the first one I did. I'm going to have to get a better lamp though, because I couldn't see a thing. Oh, it's gone. But they do, the brown does actually look like gingerbread. It's really sweet. So I've also got these, which I didn't realise I had so many of them. So they're going to be nice on my Christmas tree in the sitting room, which I'm going to get this week, hopefully tomorrow. Because I didn't get to do my shopping last week, so I'm hoping to go tomorrow. But I've got this little gingerbread man here, whether you can see him. I've got this little gingerbread man here, and he's got a mate. I've got 2 of them, and I've got 2 snowmen, and he's got little bells on him, so that's really cute. His body's, his top and his bottom's a bell. Isn't that cute? So I've got 2 of them. Pop them on the floor for a minute. And then the other ones I've got is these little owls. And you get 2 in a pack for them. And I've got 3 of those. I've got these. Because I did a craft, I was going to do a craft first, so I bought them because I was going to put them in there. That's why they've got Merry Christmas on them, because I repackaged them. But I never did the craft fair, and they just sat in my room. They sat in my old shed for a couple of years, and then they sat in my room after that. So yeah, I thought I'd make them for the tree. So I've got 2 gingerbread houses, 2 gingerbread men, 2 snowmen, and 6 owls to make. So that'll be nice, bit of a Scandinavian touch to my Christmas tree. So I really enjoyed sitting there sewing that last night. I even had my glasses on and I couldn't see a thing. Blind as a bat, I think. But yeah, as you can see behind me as well, I've got my scarf waiting to have the ends sorted out. Anyway, next is our book review, and today we're keeping with the sewing theme and I'm reviewing a sewing book. I bought this a few years ago. And again, I haven't read it. Mending Matters. I bought it on Amazon. I think I paid £10 for it. I don't know how much it is now, but it says, join the slow fashion movement and make mending your jeans and other garments an artful, joyful and empowering act. It's a thick book. It's a nice thick book. There you go. Don't know how many pages are in it. A lot. See if I can find a page number at the back for you so you can see. I'm not even sure when it was published. Does it say? 2018, and I got it when it came out. Oh, there's 222 pages, and it's by Katrina Rodderbaugh or Rodderbaugh. And it's a lovely little book, and you know what, it's in large print as well, which is even better, and then someone like me can read it. So yeah, she talks about, let's have a look, exterior patches, doing an elbow patch. I haven't read this at all. I don't even think I've opened it, you know. But it looks such a good book. I thought, oh, I need to buy that because it was really fashionable. Fixing pocket holes decoratively. Sorry about the light today, but it's quite dark here today. Patchwork pockets. Invisible knee mending. I could do with that here because I'm on my knees a lot, doing a lot of work in the garden and stuff, and I don't half wear the knees out. Today I'm out in the garage and I'm sanding a cot down on my knees and I've only got tights on. But as you can see, she does a lot of creative stitches as well. Sorry about the light. I've got to have a light on so you can see me, otherwise I'll be in the dark. Hand stitching. I have to do hand stitching. So yeah, it looks like a really interesting book. I'm going to go away and have a look at it. All these books I'm rediscovering that I didn't know I had, you know. She's put how to make a case, making a bag out of old jeans, which I like the idea of that. I made some draft excluders with some old leggings. Making a purse. Oh, how to make a dress. Oh, wouldn't mind having a go at that. Look at that one, that's nice for the summer. So yeah, as you can see, it's a lovely little book. Well, it's not a little book, there's a lot of pages in it, but she shows you how to do the stitches as well and how to lay it out. So you can follow the instructions, which is good for me because I don't follow instructions personally. I look at them and I think, oh yeah, I know what to do, and I just go off and do what I think, rather than actually following the instructions. But she does detailed instructions for you, if that's what you want. And yeah, it looks like it's a really nice improvised darning and weaving. I love that. I think that's beautiful. It makes me want to go out and rip my trousers just so I can mend them and do a nice job on them. So yeah, decorative mending. It looks like a lovely little book if you're interested in sewing and embroidery and repurposing and things. I can't say much more about it because, as I say, I haven't read it, but I just thought it went with the theme of my sewing today. So that's the cover on the book. It may have changed, but yeah, you can get it on Amazon. Stitch, patch and repair your favourite denim and more. So for any of you who are interested in creating your own wardrobe, it'd be a nice way that if you do sewing and things, that you can add decorative touches to the things that you make. And I think that's why I bought the book, really, because I thought it'd be good, because I want to make my own wardrobe and make my own clothes, and knitting is part of me doing that. And I just thought this book here would be a good way of me learning to do decorative things on garments that I can make myself. So I've got a house, just as much as I've got wool in this house, I've got just as much fabric. And things that I like, tops that I like that maybe have gone too small or I'm too big for, I've kept, because I think, oh, maybe I can use the fabric and make something else. So there's loads of stuff around here. I need really to get my bum into gear and get making, start doing things. So this has been really good for me because it's meant I've got my spinning wheels out and I've got spinning, so I'm using some of my stash instead of hoarding. And I want to do some sewing as well. I've been what Emily Kate makes on YouTube, and she's been having her sewing machine out and making bags, and I mentioned in it on the comments the other day that it's made me want to get my sewing machine out now. So there's another thing that I want to get done, get some sewing done. But yeah, I'm thinking of knitting a hat on my knitting machine, so I'm going to do that on one of my vlogs and let you see that. We're going to dye some yarn on the stove here, so I'm going to do that in one of my vlogs this week. So yeah, and I'll show you my sewing as I get on, as I go along, and I think that'll be this week, hopefully. I'm looking forward to dyeing the yarn on the stove top because I think that'll be really good to see if I can do that in the winter. I know I have to mordant the fabric, and I will still have to do that outside because of the fumes. But maybe I could do it on here and not boil it. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works. But I think that's it for today. I'll pop some footage in at the end for you of me spinning the fibre for today, and you can have a look at that. But I don't think I'll be back today. I think that's about it for me today. I've got a lot to get on with. I've got a cot to finish for Thursday. I'm renovating a baby's cot for the neighbour, and that needs doing for Thursday. So I've left it till the last minute as usual, last minute Annie. And yeah, that needs woodworm treatment, sanding and painting with 2 coats of chalk paint. So that's my job for later on, once I've spun my yarn. And yeah, I think that'll be it for me for today. But I'll be back tomorrow for day 6. And we're going to have a look, I think, at a weaving and a natural dye book tomorrow. So I've been having a good look over the weekend through my books. So we'll see what we can find. So that's it for today. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. I hope that you've had a blessed weekend of rest. And I hope you have a blessed week ahead. And I will see you tomorrow for another Vlogmas. So happy Vlogmas, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye bye.